Are electric planes the next big thing in aviation? Electric planes are no longer just a concept in science fiction novels. How do they work? And is this the beginning of a major shift in aviation? Electric flight is here, and it's changing the game faster than you can say battery power. Forget those noisy, fuel-consuming planes. We're talking about cleaner, quieter, and dare we say it, cooler ways to soar through the skies. You might be wondering, how does electric flight actually work? Well, it's not as complex as you might think. Just like electric cars, electric planes rely on battery power to turn their propellers or fans. But instead of plugging into a wall socket, they use special charging stations designed specifically for aircraft. Sounds pretty sci-fi, right? This isn't some futuristic dream, it's happening right now. Companies like AOLT are leading the charge, building the world's first public electric plane charging networks. We're not just talking about a few experimental planes either. The Pipistrel Veris Electro, the first commercial certified electric aircraft, is already in the air, flying the way for a more sustainable future of aviation. Remember when the idea of electric cars seemed outlandish? Well, just as they've become a regular sight on our roads, electric planes are starting to take off. The Pipistrel Veris Electro isn't just a prototype, it's the world's first commercial certified electric aircraft, and it's already flying passengers around. This sleek two-seater plane represents a major milestone in aviation industry, proving that electric flight is not only possible but also commercially viable. But what good is an electric plane without a place to charge it? That's where companies like AOLT come in. They're building the infrastructure for the future of electric flight with the world's first public electric plane charging network. It'd be very easy to be able to fly from city to city, recharge your plane just like you would your electric car. That's the vision AOLT is working towards, and it's closer than you might think. And we're not just talking about planes. Electric propulsion is making its way into other areas as well, such as drones. These flying machines are already changing how we do everything from photography to package deliveries, and electric power could make them even more efficient and eco-friendly. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. How do these electric planes actually work? It's actually simpler than you might think. At the heart of it are all electric motors. Unlike traditional planes that rely on combustion engines to burn fuel and create thrust, electric planes use electric motors powered by batteries. These motors spin propellers or fans, generating the lift and forward motion needed for flight. Now, the real magic lies in battery technology. Just like your smartphone or electric car, these batteries store the energy you need to power the plane. But because planes need to be lightweight to fly efficiently, the batteries have to pack a lot of power into a small package. That's where energy density comes in, the amount of energy a battery can store relative to its weight. Of course, even the most advanced batteries eventually run out of juice. That's why electric planes need to be charged regularly, just like electric cars. But instead of plugging in your standard wall outlet, they use specific charging stations. These charging stations provide a high power outlet, allowing the plane to recharge quickly and get back in the air. Now, let's take a closer look at AOLT's electric plane charging network. Their charging stations are surprisingly similar to those you'd find for electric cars, but they typically use a different type of connector. Don't worry though, because as the technology evolves, we're likely to see more standardized in the future. But here's where the things get really cool. AOLT has developed the Squadron app, which allows pilots to easily locate charging stations, check their availability, and even book charging slots in advance. It's like having a personal assistant for your electric plane. And if you use Octopus Electroverse, another handy app, you can even add the cost of charging your plane to your regular electricity bill. Pretty neat, huh? But AOLT didn't stop there. They've even integrated their charging network with the Air Traffic Information System, ATIS. This means pilots can get real-time updates on charger availability right from their cockpit radios. It's like checking the traffic report before you head out on a road trip, but for the skies. While electric flight is undeniably exciting, it's not without its challenges. Just like with the electric cars in the early days, there are some hurdles we need to overcome before electric planes become a regular sight in our skies. One of the biggest challenges is, you guessed it, the grid. Providing enough power to juice up these planes isn't easy, especially in more remote locations where smaller airports might not have a ton of electricity to spare. It's like trying to power a whole city block with a single extension cord. Not exactly ideal. But that's not all. Batteries, even the fancy ones used in electric planes, have limitations. They can only store so much energy, which means pilots need to carefully plan their route to ensure they have enough juice to reach their destination. Charging those batteries takes time, which can add extra hours to a flight. It's a bit like planning a road trip with a car that needs frequent charging stops. And then there's the cost. Setting up all this charging infrastructure isn't cheap. Someone has to pay for those charging stations, the electricity and the maintenance, and that cost will inevitably get passed on to someone, whether it's the airlines or the passengers. But don't worry, because it's not all doom and gloom. Companies like Aelt are already tackling these challenges head on. They come up with some pretty clever solutions, like installing battery storage solutions in places where the grid isn't up to snuff. This acts like a giant power bank for planes, providing a quick charge even in remote areas. Aelt is also planning to install even faster chargers in the future, which will significantly reduce charging time. Just think how thrilling it would be to be able to charge your plane as quickly as you fill up your gas tank. That's the kind of convenience we're talking about. Now, let's hear from someone who's actually flown on one of these electric planes. Pilots who have taken the Pipistrel Velis Electro for a spin have raved about how quiet and smooth it flies. They've also talked about the challenges of flight planning with a limited range, but they all seem to agree that electric flight is an exciting and promising new frontier. The Pipistrel Velis Electro might be a game changer, but it's a small plane designed for short flights. So where does electric flight go from here? Well, not quite yet, but the future of electric flight is looking brighter than ever. The ultimate goal is to create larger electric planes capable of carrying more passengers and travelling long distances. This is where things get a bit more challenging. Remember those battery limitations we talked about? Well, they become even more pronounced when you're trying to power a large aircraft. We need batteries that are even more energy dense and efficient to make long-haul electric flights a reality. But that doesn't mean we're stuck. In fact, researchers and engineers are already exploring exciting avenues like hydrogen fuel cells and hybrid powertrains. These technologies could potentially bridge the gap between current battery limitations and the demand of larger aircraft. There would be planes powered by a combination of batteries and hydrogen fuel cells, capable of flying for hours without producing any harmful emissions. It's a tempting prospect, and it might not be as far off as you think. But even with current technology, electric planes have a massive potential to revolutionise the way we travel, especially for shorter distances. Picture yourself hopping on an electric plane for a quick trip to a neighbouring city, enjoying a quiet, smooth ride without the guilt of contributing to air pollution. It's something that's already starting to take shape, and it could transform regional air travel as we know it. Of course, none of this will happen overnight. It's going to take a massive collaboration between governments, manufacturers and infrastructure providers to make electric flights a mainstream reality. But the good news is that the momentum is building. The interest in electric aviation is skyrocketing, and companies are investing heavily in research and development to bring this technology to the masses. But what about the environmental impact? That's where electric flight truly shines. By eliminating the need for fossil fuels, electric planes have the potential to dramatically reduce carbon emissions and noise pollution. There'll be quieter airports, cleaner skies, and a more substantial future for air travel. It's a vision worth fighting for, and electric flight is a crucial step in that direction. And that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos. We've got more amazing videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.